Day I found out I got hired, I'd say the day it really sunk in for me was after my meeting with the chief.
I got a call actually on Christmas Day.
He was like, check your email. Did you check your email? And my heart was like racing, like, oh my God.
It sunk in when I was in front of the chief, when he gave me my conditional job offer.
I'll never forget sitting with him and him saying that, Jason, you're gonna get the chance to be a firefighter.
My heart sunk, my gut sunk. I just finally realized at that point, I made it.
I was on top of the world.
I screamed in the elevator and I just prayed that nobody heard me because I was so excited.
Did I really get hired? Did he say I was hired or I wasn't hired? It was just kind of a rush of happiness and warmth, and I shook his hand. He told me it was okay to smile, and then I accidentally hugged him. I was shaking his hand, and then I just was like kind of overwhelmed, and I brought it in for a hug, and there we were. Yeah, it was a pat. It was a pat. It was a 3-pat for a hug from the chief.
I shook his hand and I wrapped it in for a big hug, and Chief Fennessy's a big guy, and you know, of course I'm a little guy, so I was about belly button level with him. Felt like Christmas. It was like Hanukkah.
I didn't give him a handshake. Wasn't professional. I gave him a hug, and that kind of solidified everything for me. And
yeah, that was the moment my life changed.
I felt weightless, but at the same time, I couldn't get up. I was just frozen in my seat.
And here I am. I still got the same emotions. I actually get goosebumps thinking about it.
First person I called was my Nana. I promised her that if I got hired, I would definitely give her a call first. So,
my mom was the first person that I called. I could still hear her jumping up and down. And
I told my dad that I got hired, and he said, "Congratulations, son. You finally made it out of my house."
I told my girlfriend that she was the first person I called, but at the same time, I called my dad, and he was the first guy.
The first person I told was my wife.
So I threw on my running shoes and I ran downstairs to go find her. And I realized I didn't know where she went to go running, so I just started running around my neighborhood like a madman.
The first thing she told me was, you better pass. If you're gonna be gone for 16 weeks, you better pass.
He was more happy than I was. I think he dropped the phone. He started to run around the room.
It's funny how these feelings come back. But I remember calling my wife and telling her, you know, we did it, honey. I remember just saying that over and over. We did it, honey.
When I passed final testing and I told her, she broke down in tears, and then I broke down in tears.
So I just drove straight to my wife's work. She's jumping up and down in the middle of work, and I'm starting to tear up a little bit. She's starting to tear up a little bit.
You know, I grew up in a household with just my mom and my sister, and growing up in South Bay, and we're eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for dinner, and having finally this opportunity to give back, you know, not just for my wife, myself, but to my mom as well, being able to hopefully help her in her retirement.